differential isn't even worth.
Yeah. She was not happy with how they were playing.
Oh, well then it's really not worth it. Like,
She said,
I was gonna say, even that differential doesn't make it worth the lifestyle sacrifice, but yeah, if they're not really getting a differential, then it's really not worth it.
last time she must have been 40-yard touchdown run.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Was he a tight end or is he?
Running back.
Yeah.
He's like, fifth string running back.
Now,
On JV, yeah, he
at 9 o'clock.
played, rotated on JV last night, yeah, he busted one for 40 yards. So.
He's like fifth
I would do
string.
better getting up early, like, a 6
Everybody's got upper class that are running back that are really good.
evening or
I mean,
even.
they got 3 kids that are at the university that are upstairs.
Oh, work. So he's fifth string on bars.
Overnight, I just feel like
So,
it's hard
but he doesn't-
because the
doesn't
rest of
start
the
on-
world functions on a day shift.
Yeah.
State law requires this body to announce at this time that a copy of the current Open Meetings Act is available at the back of the room where it is accessible to the public. Fuller.
Here.
Art.
Here.
Gibbon.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Smith.
Here. Thank you. Rise for a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item agenda 1, consent agenda. Approve this agenda, pay the claims as submitted, approve the treasury's report for September 2024. Nick moves, Ben seconds.
Tiller.
Yes.
Art.
Yes.
Gibbon.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Item agenda 2, approve the minutes of the September 17th, 2024 special meeting of the council.
Move.
Larry? Lola?
Johnson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Tiller.
Yes.
Art.
Yes.
Gibbon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item agenda 3, approve the minutes of the October 1st, 2024 regular council meeting. Lola moves. Stacy second.
Art.
Yes.
Gibbon.
Abstain.
Johnson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Tiller.
Yes.
You.
Item 4,
I guess we have enough. I was like, gosh, do we have enough?
you're doing the math in your head.
Right. That's pretty difficult.
It's a
We got
majority of those present.
Yeah.
I'm not going there.
It's just by those present.
Public forum, anybody for public forum? No, I'll close public forum. Item agenda 5, receive Two Rivers Health Department annual report.
You guys are quick. Impressive. All right, I'm Jackie Haley, clinical section manager. I'll give you guys one that we haven't. Alrighty. I'll try to be as quick as you guys.
Thank you.
Do you want one?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Another one? Okay, so basically just come in to say hello, give you guys a little update of what we've been up to, and then, answer any questions if you guys have it. So the first the first page is just our information. The next page is our mission, vision, values. Basically, we're healthier communities for all, is what our mission and vision is. We do have a little history, I can let you guys read that over, I'm not gonna bore you. Next one is leadership. So at the head, we have Jeremy Eschelman, health director. He's been with us for like 8 years. And then we have Arvin Menon, who is an epidemiologist. I'm clinical section manager. We have Jesse Valenti, who's our business office manager. Katie Mulligan, who is our planning section supervisor. And Taylor Gomez, actually it was her last day today. So we will have an opening there for community section manager. We still serve the 7 counties, Buffalo, Dawson, Phelps, Kearney, Harlan, Franklin, and Gosford, for 4,626 square miles. We do have open Board of Health positions, so if you guys know of anybody, we need Harlan County Public Citizen, Franklin County Public Citizen, Minority Health Representative, and a dentist. So if you guys know of anybody, you can feel free to shoot us some names, or you can have them get a hold of us. But we do have those vacancies right now. The other one is it goes over what programs we provide. So we have lots of different things. The bigger they are, that's the more that we do in that area. So the biggest one is immunizations. Obviously right now we are doing a ton of those. We watch mosquitoes for West Nile. We do provide dental services for children in schools, emergency response, lead poisoning prevention, minority health. We have all sorts of things to do. One of our newer programs is Healthy Families Nebraska, Two Rivers. So as of August, this program is 1 year old. We are currently serving over 20 families in our district, and we are coordinating with partners throughout the district to provide services, ensure families have access to needed items, and making referrals to companies as elevated screeners come through. And we are actually preparing a baby shower, community baby shower, on November 8th in Cozad. So if you know of anybody in need that could use items, send them towards Cozad on November 8th. We had one in Kearney. Oh, what month was that? I think in September. It was really, really good, and it's drive-through. So everything, we're set up outside, and literally they just come through and they stop at an area and we give information. Stop at the next area, give information and free items. Stop at an area. And so we had all these different things. So there was like insurance agencies there, there was hospitals there, we were there. So they got all sorts of things from food items to diapers to formula, things like that. So, but they also get education too on like programming and services and all that. So it was very interesting and it went really well. So that's why we're doing another one, and it'll be Cozad November 8th. And we currently are looking for Phelps County families. So there's 1 or 2 ways you can do this. You can go on our website, and there's like a referral link where they can go in and they just put in their name and information, and then we will call them. So what we're looking for is pregnant women or women that have young, small children that are in need. And I say it that broadly because it could be that broad. It could be that they need help getting affordable housing. They need help procuring a car so they can get to work. They need help or for food, for diapers, for clothing, just really anything. Like this is federal money that they took from like foster and adoption. So like we're trying to put time and effort into families before children are abused and neglected. So we're trying to give them the tools that they need so the kids can stay in the homes and be successful in the homes. So it's really, really broad, but we can do quite a bit of it. So we are looking for families in Phelps, so if you guys know anybody, they can go online, or you guys can call us, or they can call us. And our whole goal is to get to be servicing in every one of our counties. So our next thing is Credible Mind. That's about a year old as well. So Two Rivers launched a mental health website, and it's called Credible Mind. You can access that on our Two Rivers public website as well. It is really, really neat. Right now we have 400 plus users and growing, and it's mental health. And mental health, as we all know, is super broad, right? So it can give you articles, it can give you videos, it can give you like tests that you can take, anything to do with mental health, whether it's because you need access to care, or you can't go to your doctor, or like there's all different things on there to help support people that are needing it with mental health. So I've actually used it for some of my staff because say like my staff are struggling because we're nurses. We don't take care of ourselves, right? We take care of everybody else. So they have some tools and some guides on there to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. That way we can help take care of other people. So it really could be useful for anybody. So.
Can I ask you a little quick question so we have to come back here? On this one, do you get a age perimeter, and what ages are using this mostly?
You know, they have not broken down for me in ages. I can ask and see. I would say probably most of them are adults, but that's actually a pretty good thing to ask. I will ask and see if we're even looking at that. Maybe a pen of some sort, right? I have 12 of them in my pocket. I will ask. Up next, we have media. So just a reminder, we are on all sorts of media. We're on Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, and X. Our new platforms are on Spotify. So we are doing podcasts. So we have the Nurse Perspective. So I get to lead that one. And then we have Riverside Chats. And they're both on YouTube as well. So basically the Nurse Perspective, we pick topics and then we help educate about them within regards to health. So it's very, very broad. Last month I think we did mental health. We talked to doctors or like our epidemiologists, other nurses, and it's a podcast, so it's more of like instead of a boring, like you had to listen to it and you're like blah, blah, blah. It's more of a conversation for them to learn. So it's very interesting and we're growing with it. So if you guys want to check those out, feel free to. We also have, we continuously monitor and improve our media strategy. So we are on NTV every Friday at 5 p.m. and we're on at noon on Thursdays. And so we're all over. Seasonal vaccines. So we are in the season. We are out and about. We are running around. We're doing everything from businesses to schools to nursing homes, you name it. So I do believe we did Phelps County, I think the other day. If you guys would like us to do a city one for city workers, let me know. We can always do that. And like I said, we go into schools. And so we have to get the consent forms from the parents and then we give them in the schools. So if the parents don't consent, they don't even send them down. And then we are always doing, we have a Holdridge one that we do every month. We have a Lexington we do every month and a Cozad one we do every month. So all of our stuff and where we're going to be is online on Two Rivers on the event calendar. And we do have VFC clinics in Kearney once a week. And so people can sign up there too. So we're all over. Lead hazard assessment, that is one of our newer programs. So we got a HUD grant for this one. So we're looking for houses built before 1978 that are more likely to contain lead-based paint. And children need to be living in these houses because they're more likely to experience lead poisoning. So we're looking for children between like 1 and 2 that have been tested or if they have high lead. And then if they qualify, then Two Rivers will provide a free lead assessment to the families with children under the age of 6. And we do have lead abatement grant money too. So if the house is full of lead, we have partnered with some contractors and we have this cool new little lead gun. You can go in the house and we're like, zip, 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 and you can tell where the lead is and that way we know what needs to go out of the house. So have that available. So if you guys know families that are living in anything like that, let us know.
Do you guys help with the removal? Or?
So we have an environmental health specialist and Katie is over that. And so both of them have been trained to work with contractors and to educate the contractors. So we are contracted with, I think 2 or 3 contractors that have went through all of the trainings and everything to do it safely. And so we don't necessarily do it, but we contract with them and we make sure that they do it up to standards. And so like even afterwards, we can go, I don't know, sorry. Even afterwards, we can go in the house and still check for leads and stuff like that to make sure that the lead abatement was complete. So I believe they're aiming to do 31 houses. So in our area, we do have quite a bit of older houses. And so the presence of it, or, you know, having children with high lead is something we're seeing. So, community health assessment. So Two Rivers held 3 focus groups at the Kearney Public Library on September 9th. And Two Rivers shared a survey during July. And then we will do a comprehensive report about the health of the community. And that will be released in December. So the next time that I come, I can bring that for you guys. That way you guys can see what our district is doing for community health. Almost done. And then the last thing are just some Phelps County stats. So Phelps County has the 6th largest agricultural output among counties in Nebraska, mainly grain, vegetables, and cattle. And life expectancy at birth is 80 years old, and Nebraska is 79. So you guys live a little longer here. 92% of teens complete high school. And the ratio of primary care physicians to individuals is 990 to 1, which is really cool because Nebraska, it's 1330 to 1. So we actually have quite a few here, which is great. And then only 12% of children in Phelps County are in single parent households, compared to 25% nationally. So some really cool, interesting stats for you guys.
I have one question.
Absolutely.
With the testing that you do with vaccines and even with the blood work, whatever, how do you share any data, or how is that kept confidential?
So
Share it with, maybe I should ask.
yeah, so like we do disease investigations, like anything reportable, we have to do disease investigations. But any data that like our epidemiologist would share, it would be broad. So depending on the area, so say, like I live in Pleasanton. If we had 3 kids in Pleasanton, we wouldn't be able to get that data out because it's too small of a group of an area. And so we would say that we know it's there, but we can't get that data out. So we would go broader and we would say within our district, we've had 400 or something like that. So our epidemiologist does most of that. And most of the time, like the data that I use and everything, it's more to, for like ACE programs. It's not like something we're gonna put out and about. So like, let's take TB for example. We have less than 5 TB cases in our district. So we get an asterisk. So we can't even say we have 3 or we have 4, you know, like if it's under 5, we have too little area. So I have to tell everybody, we're an asterisk. We have it. It's here, but it's not like proportionally to what our population is. We can't give that data. So most of the stuff is like that. If we can give the data and make it more broad, then our epidemiologist does do that and he'll make it more broad. So we can't give out any PHI or anything that would, anybody would be able to figure it out in a small garden, so. And like vaccines and stuff like that, we don't share, like we might share numbers, like we gave 500 vaccines in the month of July, but other than that, we wouldn't say much more than that. Any other questions? Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, thank you. Agenda item 6, adopt amended resolution 2024-4A, amending and restating vacant property registration assessments associated with increased cost of vacant properties.
This is due to the legal description of one of the properties was incorrect.
Yeah, Stacy.
Was it corrected on,
You have the corrected one, yeah.
that's the corrected, okay, thank you.
Tiller,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Gibbons,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Item agenda 7, adopt resolution 2024-12, approving electric rates to be paid by the various classes of electric users effective November 1st, 2024.
Anybody have any questions on it?
We're looking at basically a 3% increase, is that
3.5.
3.5?
3.5, basically due to O&M and the new power line. When we build it, we're gonna have a bond payment there
Right.
that we gotta factor in. And we don't think it got factored in the 22 study, so we're kind of a little bit behind the 8 ball.
Right.
So we're gonna have about a $600 and some thousand deficit that we'll get half that this year, and then next year we'll probably have to do another rate increase to get where we need to be.
How are we coming on that?
I've got the plans. We had the plans, then the plans got redone. We needed to get an easement from Central. We were gonna go north across their property. We waited for a while on that, and then they decided not to give us a permanent easement. And so we had to have them redraw it along the railroad tracks. So I got it again and been a little busy with this, but I'm gonna do that. Chris, we're hoping to get that this winter, get it, come to you guys and approve, and let's go out for bids, and we gotta get that ball rolling.
Yeah.
We should be ready by December.
I'm thinking so. Yeah. Chris was hoping by first of the year in there.
We gotta get those going, so don't blow them again.
Bingo. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Chris called, who was it, Brad Slaughter or whoever, and he got a pretty solid
Financing
number.
numbers, so we're pretty good on where we're.
Yeah, we're pretty good with that bond payment. So.
Good.
Yep. Anybody got anything else? Okay.
Motion to accept. Ben and Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Smith,
Yes.
Tiller,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Gibbon,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Discussion. Dane, we'll start with you tonight.
Good, thanks.
Nothing.
Chris has nothing. Chief?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Come on in, Ron. You're just in time for finishing up. Did you have anything to add to the discussion?
Record time again? No, I don't. Unless you have any questions for me.
Okay. Stacy?
Nothing for me.
Paula?
Nothing, thank you.
Ben? I have just one thing. I'd like to thank Ben for filling in at the last meeting. I was at League of Municipalities. We did learn a few things, and none of it was good.
I'm sure.
The league will be looking at legislation, proposing legislation, having it for both the 3% and also the local option sales tax will probably come back up again. And so they will, that's another one, and look for TIF to become extremely stringent. The state is apparently not happy with the way some of these are turning out, and they're looking for to really tighten the screws on TIF.
What's happening with it, that they're not?
Well, I don't, Omaha is kind of the one that's been
Abusing.
They're trying to use TIF for their railroad or streetcar, and some of the people at the state aren't happy. They don't think that's proper use of it, and so they're gonna. And there's just other people that have, Chris and I have talked about this in the past. It seems like today's Wednesday, we have new TIF rules, and so I don't know how they can really basically say, well, you messed up, when the rules changed about every time you sneezed. And so, but that's going to be on the agenda. And there were some other things that none of them I was really disappointed, to be quite honest with you, to find out that a lot of it we're looking at trying to grow all of our communities, not just Old Ridge, everybody. And the state just seems to putting roadblocks and making it more and more difficult for us to grow. So hopefully the league can help us out there, and we'll have to play it by ear. It's going to be interesting the next couple of years, it looks like. So with that, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but